Oh, yeah, he's streaming live.
I did a live stream last night, which
Did you?
Well, I was like, I'm going to get drunk. I don't know if did you come on it? No. Oh, thank God. I was like, I drank 2 bottles of red wine in like an hour. And like, at first it was really fun.
Were you by yourself?
Yeah, I was just by myself at home.
Okay. Do you think it makes it less sad when you live stream being drunk alone?
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's
I
why
don't
you
want
did
to
it.
drink alone. And then I was like, no, this is actually really sad. People are watching me drink alone.
Hi. Did you reveal any truths that you wish you hadn't?
I don't think so.
I just was like, I don't fucking care about my other dog.
I would never say
Eugene's
that.
the best.
I think I talked about how much I love threesomes. Someone told me that, and then
two girls and an animal?
Yeah, 2 girls and an animal. That's my favorite. That's my favorite kind of threesome.
Yes.
It's a interspecies threesome.
It's just a monkey that watches. Like a cuckold chimpanzee. I wonder if there are cucks in the fucking animal kingdom.
Sure there are.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just a donkey that only watches.
Absolutely.
You can't say absolutely.
I'm sure there are animal cucks
in the
out
monkey
there.
world. Just
yeah,
like
the
monkey cucks.
Monkeys are like just a little bit below us. They're the same as us.
Are they?
Yes, we're just evolved monkeys. If you believe in science and stuff.
I don't. I think
You think God created you
Jesus,
in His own hand?
Yeah, I'm not some Protestant heretic either. I'm a Catholic.
How did
Old
God
school.
create us though? Like, was it little?
Paper
mache
it's
dolls?
Lego brick. Started with Lego bricks.
Yeah.
You did Lego bricks, and then we were animated from there.
It's like The Simpsons. How The Simpsons looked so shitty the first season, and then next
Yeah.
season, and then it started looking good. That's how God made us.
God got better at drawing.
God got better.
If you go back and look at season 1 of Humanity,
yeah,
it isn't very good.
No.
But here we are.
Season 2020.
Season
and
2020,
horrifying.
and it makes me sick.
It makes me sick.
Although we live in a pretty peaceful time when you think about it, because if you look at digging up humans,
yeah,
a lot of cracked skulls until now. You know, like most.
Really?
Yeah, if they go back and look at human history, say 1,000 years from now, they're going to come back. This is going to be known as the era of this is where things must have gotten good, because we're not finding a lot of fucking fractured skulls underground anymore.
Yeah, people are dying of natural causes.
Yeah, they're dying of things like coronavirus and they're dying of normal things. 500 years ago, a lot of cracked skulls down there, a lot of fucking brain bleeds,
a lot of beheadings. Did you know I found out the bubonic plague or the Spanish flu, is that called one of those things? That's when they stopped. It was like the 1918 flu. That's when they stopped doing bloodletting, because they're like, well, this isn't good for us.
That's when they stopped bloodletting?
That's what I read.
That's hilarious.
In this thing today, because people were like comparing all the pandemics before, because people were bad because Trump called it the Chinese virus, and then other people came on and said, well, what about the Hong Kong flu, and what about they're just talking about where it started. It's not racist, and that's how
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do, right? Like if let's say a group of your friends got AIDS.
Yeah.
You'd probably call it. You'd be angry at the first person who got AIDS and gave it to your whole group of sex fiends.
Yeah.
And so you'd probably call it like the Terry sweat.
Disease.
You'd call it Richard's disease or the Terry sweats.
The Terry sweats.
You know what I mean? Like you would name it after the first motherfucker that brought it to your crew.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call it AIDS. You'd call it the Richard disease. And he'd be like, fuck, guys, can we call it AIDS like everybody else does? And you could be like, no, in this crew, it's the Richard disease, motherfucker. So that's what we're doing to China. We're saying, you and your fucking wet markets with monkeys cutting carrots. You know what I mean? Like, China, you did it. There was a congressman in the United States that called it the Kung flu.
Oh no!
Which is kind of fun.
That's kind of fun.
That's
I'm not gonna lie.
That's racist.
That sounds more racist than the China flu, only because that is literally where it's coming from, and I think it's racist to think that people are going to be mean to Asian people now because they're calling it the flu.
Right. I think it's going to be hard for us to overcome our indifference towards Asians.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to remain indifferent to all of them.
Yeah.
Like most white people are.
Except I love Filipinos. They're
nice.
They're my favorite. of any. Is this awful to say? But I don't know.
They're my favorite Asian.
They're my favorite.
They're the best.
They're so awesome.
They are, but it's just because they're nice to you.
Yeah, they're nice. They're fun. Friendly. They're kind. Yeah.
Yeah, they're working hard.
They're hilarious.
They work way harder than us.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, can you imagine if we had to go back in time and be like, okay, no Filipinos, no immigration, just white teens.
Oh my God.
Oh, everything was white teens doing laundry in a hotel, and fuck.
It would be awful.
Sorry, because of our immigration policy, we have to go back to the white teenagers.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like that Tim Hortons drive-through would be a slog.
It would be the worst.
18 minutes. I don't even think Tim Hortons would be popular.
No.
If Filipinos never came over
efficient.
here, Tim Hortons would not even be popular.
Really?
You'd have to wait 20 minutes for a regular coffee, and you'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And you'd get a coffee at home, and you'd realize it's better than the shit they give there. It's only Filipinos that keep that engine moving.
It's true.
They keep the line moving. And we pay them nothing.
It's not.
And they just have to work through coronaviruses.
Yeah, I feel so bad for all these people. Like, every time I go to McDonald's in the morning for my coffee, I'm like, I'm sorry you have to do this.
But we're doing it.
But no, I do feel bad for people that are still working
through it.
Just like,
that's the worst.
I mean, people won't let people work from home, and it's just like.
And then you find out people that aren't working are going to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. So you're a Tim Hortons employee, you're busting your tits.
Yeah.
At the drive-through for 10 hours a day. And you're like, well, at least I'm making money. Yeah. And then the government's like, no, don't. Everybody's making money.
I mean,
you're not going to get any extra. You earn it. Hey, Tim Hortons employee, you earn that money. Everybody else will be in their basements watching television, making more than you.
That's
I mean,
awful.
what
That
a
is
slap
truly
in the brown
awful.
cheeks that is.
That
you know
is
what I mean?
truly awful.
That's horrible. We should be getting nothing so that the Tim Hortons people should get more money.
Like, then
just
us,
a little
people that are working should get a bonus.
They should.
For working through the grocery store employees should get a bonus. Like,
not them. They're weird.
They're weird.
I mean, well,
they're the same.
Have you ever tried to have a frank conversation with a bagger? You know what I mean? Have you ever gotten personal with a bagger?
No, I've never gotten into politics with a bagger.
Not even politics. Just like, what are you doing this afternoon? And then they'll tell you, and you're like, holy fuck.
They don't have baggers anymore. I never see baggers anymore.
They have baggers.
Where?
At the co-op by my house.
Oh, of course, the co-op. Because co-op is like rural people.
They were all people that like...
Fashion forever.
They were all people that went to public schools and had their own like adult with them.
Yeah.
Those types of people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's when you know something's wrong, right? When you're like, how come this lady keeps coming to class? Like, she's with you. And you're like, why do nobody else has their own teacher? You're special. But I'm normal. Sorta.
You're normal special.
You're not super normal. Because everybody be telling you, like, don't worry, you're normal. You're just like the other kids, except a grown woman comes to every class with you because you're fucking weird, you know? Like, nobody else has that privilege, right?
Oh, my God.
That's when you'd know something's wrong with my life. But don't worry about it, Frankie, because in 20 years, you'll be bagging fucking pickles at co-op.
And do they still have their adult with them when they're 20-something?
I think you lose the grown-up when you are.
Oh, that's
you know
when
what
you
I mean?
lose the
As soon
grown-up?
as you're a grown-up, and then you have to go in and prove you're still crazy to get your money. That's the worst part of it. You know what I mean? You spend 18 years being like, you're totally normal and everything's fine with you. And then when you're 18, the checks stop coming.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to a doctor and be like, I'm still crazy. And then they give you... And then they give
cheat
you
the system.
For 18 years, you were taught
God.
that everything was fine with you, and then when the
God.
well runs dry, you got to go to Dr. Fabio's clinic and just fucking run around going, "Oh, I'm fucking weird," and then he cuts you a check. But yeah, anyways.
Oh my God.
Anyway, well, what I'm really trying to say is grocery store clerks shouldn't get an extra kick. You know what I mean?
Just Tim
Fuck
Hortons
'em.
workers?
Just Tim Hortons workers. They're the ones doing the real patriotic work of keeping Tim Hortons alive.
Yeah.
That's
God.
Canada. That is Canada.
Oh, yeah. That is the symbol of Canada.
The people I feel really bad for during this is homeless people. Mm-hmm. How do you, social distancing, perfect. I sleep in a bunk bed every night. How the fuck am I supposed to stay away from, I live in a shelter.
They did a story on the Bizzle Center and how it's been difficult because they're only allowed to let 50 people in the building at a time, and they usually get 100 people. So half the people have to wait outside while the people inside are getting food.
See, that's when it gets stupid because that number is so arbitrary.
I know.
Like if you're talking about homeless people, 2 is safe.
Yeah.
You know how fucked up these people are? A lot of them are fucked up.
Well, a lot of them have
50,
mental health
they're not
issues.
like
That's why they're out there.
Of course. They're
have
fucking
untreated mental health issues. A lot of them.
You can get coronavirus from a box. I was it was really funny. It was actually kind of funny, but you won't like it. We went to an Oilers game. Yeah. Me and a couple of my friends.
Are they the friends I know? Paul
Meyerhog and Kevin Stobo.
Okay, cool.
2 real losers.
Total losers.
And so we're at the Oilers game.
Good looking.
We were on mushrooms. And
that sounds like fun.
The first period, we were watching the game and going, "Holy fuck!" Like we thought it was the most intense period of hockey we'd ever seen. And then when it was over, we looked up at the shots and it was 15-2. The Oilers had 2 shots. The rest of the crowd is like, "Fucking idiots! Oilers suck!" And we were like, "Let's go, guys!"
That's how we should get them. Moral support. Give everyone mushrooms when they get in the door.
You can't hate the Oilers when you're on mushrooms.
Do you know what I found before I came here? I found I still have some mushroom honey, so I think I'm going to have some of that.
And then Kathleen would be at a game like, "My favorite player is Swirly Face." Who's that?
Who's Swirly Face?
Actually, it was suggested to me that Connor McDavid's nickname should be COVID-97.
Why?
Because he's Connor and he's McDavid. So it's like taking the CO and the VID, and he's COVID-97 because he's number 97. It's funnier when you explains it. But yeah, I don't know. Homeless people are fucked up. Right? You can't say that 50 homeless people is a safe number. That's like 900 regular people.
Yeah.
That's a huge concert. Like you think Pearl Jam would be like, "Okay, we're just going to run with 50 homeless people at every concert." No. Anyways, so we watched the Oilers game.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, there was 2 homeless guys in front of the 7-Eleven. They're stomping grounds. Mm-hmm. And one guy has a giant cardboard box that he's punching.
Okay.
And that was his talent, was punching a cardboard box. And the other guy next to him wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And so when we left, we had a little bit of change. Like I had $3 or something. And they both came up to me like, "Hey." And then I gave the $3 to the guy that was punching the box.
Oh, God.
And then I looked at the other guy and I said, "Learn how to punch a box, idiot." That's what I said to him.
No, you didn't.
He didn't have a talent. Like he could have just had a fucking spoon.
Learn how to punch a box or tap dance.
Because he was just standing there next to a guy punching a box. You're doing something.
Was he drumming or he was just punching a box?
He was just punching. It was random punches.
Okay.
There was no beat. Yeah. There was no nothing. There was no thread. It was just just punching boxes.
Yeah.
He was just getting some aggression out maybe. But we gave him $3.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
For punching a box.
I mean, that's what you're saying is like, look at me. Look at how fucking dangerous I am. I'm punching my house. I'm punching holes in my home. You think I won't fucking murder your wife?
Oh my God.
I'm punching windows.
Give me our change.
I'm punching windows into my fucking house here.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Do you know what?
What are we up to coronavirus wise?
I think we're past 200,000.
Okay. Because last time we were here, it was 199,000.
Coronavirus. What do I look up?
Coronavirus.
I had Pornhub up. The video almost started playing.
Coronavirus. Don't eat
Nothing.
that.
What are you going to do when you're home all day? Okay, fuck off. Leave me alone.
I'm not the first chick to put a surgical mask over her pussy. That would be fun sex.
There are corona porn already.
Sure there
surgical.
Is. Yeah.
It's
Put
hilarious.
some filters on that ass.
That's so embarrassing when that happens, but when it starts playing...
You watch porn on a phone?
Yeah.
Come off it. You need a laptop or a giant television.
No,
what are you doing with you only have two...
Is that weird?
Yeah. You only have 2 hands. Oh. What are you doing? One to fiddle and one to punch, right? So do you have like a stick? How do you watch porn? Are you like... You have it in... What hand do you put it in? Your dominant hand? Because I wouldn't want to hold it with my weak hand and then punch my pussy with with the one I throw like a girl with. So you're just gonna wait a minute. So what hand do you hold it with?
When they masturbate, they're just like, wah!
They need both hands and maybe a foot.
You don't need both hands.
You might even need a foot. If you were built like a monkey, you'd jerk off with your feet.
I would.
Absolutely, you would.
And men would pay me a lot of money to do it to them too.
Oh yeah, if you can jerk a guy off with your feet, you know.
Oh, I've seen foot jobs before.
But they're weird human feet. They need to, you know, there's a lot of prep work. They've got to be greased, you know. I want a good dry foot jerk.
I want to feel the calluses scraping up against my shaft.
Exactly. I want to feel every rock you step on.
I want her to have to like get her heels filed down every month.
So you'll watch it with your right hand. Do you have a laptop? Because I mean, to me, it's got to be a laptop.
I have an old laptop. I don't have a good one.
Okay.
I just have my phone. I do everything on my phone.
It's wrong to do that. It's too impersonal. Those actors deserve better.
I did once drop it on my face. And it hit me, and
you just instinctively, and you just instinct kicked in, and you swallowed it.
The phone. That's how I lost my first iPhone. I swallowed it.
I guess my DNA took over, and I just ate the whole phone.
Okay, so here are the numbers. Drum roll, please.
Okay.
There are 244,973 cases.
Good.
10,033 deaths.
Fair.
87,408 recovered.
What are we? Italy's still getting their ass kicked, right?
They are.
But America's moving up the charts.
America is quickly. I swear it's like the Olympics and watching the medal charts.
It's sort of like
Canada's always at the bottom,
and it's also
which I'm happy
like
about this
the Billboard charts. Remember when you were younger, looking at the Billboard charts?
Yeah. Do you remember that CBC music video show? What the fuck was it called?
Much Video Dance Party?
No, it was before Much
Electric
Music.
Circus.
No, it was that.
Before Much Music.
Yeah, it was before Much Music. It was on CBC after school. Video Hits. I swear to God, it was a thing.
Video hits on CBC.
Yes,
because they had the green. The Canada had some weird programming back then.
Oh yeah, remember
some
Street Sense?
Street Sense was good because that was that was I liked that show.
A teen that you felt
and whenever he said it was fit for the pit, it was. You know
always
what I mean?
was.
When he was like, "This is fit for the pit,"
that would be death
I'd be like,
to a company.
Throw it in the fucking pit. And I thought it was a real pit. I thought that product was gone forever. I didn't realize it was just like 3 feet lower than the fake pit. And then they just picked it up and used it. God, I don't remember this. Bryan Adams.
Tomorrow's lineup. I've got Pat Benatar, REO Speedwagon, the Pointer Sisters, and Bryan Adams. A great lineup tomorrow, same time on Video Hits. Now, the contest.
Samantha Taylor.
How would you like to win 2 tickets to Bryan Adams' concert in London, England?
Why wouldn't want to?
She said Ontario.
London, England. Why would I want to fly 8 hours to
see Bryan Adams?
Yeah.
But yeah, Video Hits was I remember watching the Pop Goes the World video.
Well, you're a lot older
than
me. It was before.
You're way older than me.
I don't remember any of that. I'm 42. How old are you? 16?
16. Yeah. I am 16.
Well, how old are you for reals?
I'm almost 39.
Woo!
Yeah.
When a girl turns 40.
I know.
Party's over.
It's on. Or it's on. It's really on.
Yeah, you might as well get a low hanging pinata for that party. Everything's sad. No, I think when women turn, what do the women do when they turn 40? What's the party?
A lot of them go on trips. I want to go on a trip, but now
yeah, you're right. Trips is a big one. No, just go on a trip anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Live with the quarantine.
Yeah.
So you what show do you have coming up?
I just about spit my Red Bull out.
Kathleen, would you like to promote any of your upcoming shows in fucking June 2023?
Yes, I would like to tell you that I've received emails that I will either be getting paid for them or sorry, we've canceled. We'll have to reschedule.
Sorry, it's been canceled outright.
Yeah.
And you can't even, what are you going to say? Because we had a show together.
Yes.
And that was canceled.
Yes. Yes.
And they were probably like, fuck, I wish our ticket sales are so shitty. Like, I wish a virus would come along and give us the fucking blanket.
So that's who's to blame.
Yes.
Whitehorse.
Whitehorse.
That's where we were going.
Do they have any cases in the Yukon?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
Probably not.
I love people who are like, it can't survive in the cold. Okay, dum-dum. Yeah, it can.
Holy fuck.
People have like this people are putting the stupidest shit online. That's why I had to get Facebook off my phone so I didn't look at it. Because it was just like sadness and panic and upset and anxiety, and it's just all being thrown. And all you have to do all day is look at Facebook. So
I think if I was a scientist, I'd be like, I wish I never became a scientist. I wish I could go back in time and just do something else.
Just be a janitor?
Yeah, just
I wish I could just Janet.
Just Janet all day. Because why would you want to have that knowledge and then it's being bastardized? Think about the eye roll of every scientist when they're like, oh my God.
Not even just from regular people, from like politicians, like Donald Trump, the scientist.
Yeah, well, the problem is now our politicians are regular people. Like we used to try to elect people. That, politics is part of that sort of like now we don't trust anybody smarter than us. Like that's where humanity lives right now.
So you don't trust me? Get
you
it?
Fucking bitch. God, I hate you.
Roasted.
We don't trust. So think about who our leaders are. Boris Johnson, Justin Trudeau, Donald Trump. These are all people that we would consider to be either equal to us or intellectually inferior to us. And that's who we want as a leader now. We don't want somebody who makes us feel stupid because we've been trained that we should never feel inferior to anybody. You're the greatest little gem ever. No, you're not. True. You're pretty fucking dumb.
I know everyone says like the entitled generation. I think the entitled generation started with us. I remember being told, you can do anything. Follow your dreams. Yeah. Like our parents were told, no, you can be a teacher or a nurse if you're a woman or a secretary.
Fair.
And man, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yes. But don't be a secretary.
And for God's sakes, don't be a male nurse.
Ugh. Nobody wants to fuck a male nurse.
That stupid. I actually, whenever I see this is awful of me, but I look at him like a male nurse.
Is that right?
I like how you call waiters male waitresses.
Oh yeah, I got a boy waitress. Oh, we have a boy. It's actually called waiter, sir. I didn't know that. I didn't know they give you your own classification. Yeah. Why? There's not enough of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you see a male nurse, you think, okay, there's somebody who flunked out of med school, right?
Yeah.
Whereas when you see a female nurse, you think, now there's a fucking go-getter.
Yeah, she's a smart girl.
It's weird how we think that way. But if you see a male nurse, you're like, this guy couldn't make it as a doctor? Why is he a nurse now?
That's a terrible.
Yeah.
Poor guys. Poor man. Poor male nurses.
We don't have it easy.
You don't have it easy.
And a male nurse, I don't know. I trust a male nurse and I respect a male nurse. A male healthcare aide, probably not.
I had sex
with a male nurse. You know what I mean? Somebody who's like, I'm interested in women with dementia.
Once I had sex with a male nurse. But
you did?
I didn't know he was a male nurse. And then the next day I was like, what do you do? He's like, I'm a nurse. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Interesting. Good for you.
You had no idea that was the most successful man you'd ever fuck.
Probably. He had a full-time
job. You tossed him out of your bed for being an RN.
I didn't toss him out, but I was just like,
Get out of here. Ugh.
I guess I can check that one off my list.
Yeah, check that off the fake bucket list.
You can't fully check it off because to fully check it off, you have to have sex with a male nurse in the hospital.
Oh, yeah, in a closet.
I remember I had a hot male nurse once. I had surgery. And like they wake, you know how they like wake you up and they're like, I remember. He told me. I said this. I don't know if this is true.
I love that you're like he wakes you up and you're like you made it seem like he was in you.
He wakes you up by fingering you.
I want you to count backwards from 100 to like, and do it with the rhythm of my fingers in your pussy. 100, 99, 98, 97. See you later. I've never had one make it. Oh, okay.
But I remember you like woke me up and I was like, groggy. I was just like, oh, you're hot.
You said that? And what did he say?
Thank you.
He gets that a lot.
He was hot, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
yeah. Male nurses are
I would never tell a guy he's hot if he's not hot. Okay?
No, a male healthcare aide I would not trust. I'm serious. There's no way. Because if you're a healthcare aide, you're basically like, if you're a girl, you're like, I like helping old people.
Yeah.
But if you're a guy, you're like, I wouldn't mind a girl who can't remember what happened yesterday. Yeah. You know, that's creepy. I don't like those guys.
And you know what's the worst?
I would never get my dad or my mom a male healthcare aide. How was last night? Great. And then they got that weird look on their face. And you're like,
have you seen something about Mary?
Yeah. You'd get cameras everywhere.
Was that the something about Mary? Was that where Ben Stiller was the male nurse?
Was he?
Was that the movie?
I just remember like semen in the hair.
Happy Gilmore. Duh. Happy Gilmore, because Happy's grandma is in a home and Ben Stiller plays that male nurse that's like always like, hey, good to see you. And then he sees the mom and he's like, you? It's one of the best characters I think of a movie ever.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So what do you got coming up next week? Are you just going to chill? How's your social distancing going at home?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Adam's working, so that's good.
Keep him out of your hair.
To spend 24 hours a day together like some people. I really think that everyone's like, oh, but there's going to be babies. There's going to be a baby boom after this. No, there's going to be a spike in divorces after this. Baby booms happen in blackouts when it's like 3 days at the most. Yeah. And you're just like, well, what are we going to do? But fuck. They're not going to happen in pandemics. No. People don't. Germs, first of all. People are freaking out about germs. A lot of people are now Howie Mandel. Okay.
Right. If like a wet pussy is 9,000 sneezes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's fuck. What am I going in near that thing for?
And a load of cum is how much? Probably more because the women have to take it.
Exactly. Yeah, like that didn't taste like pineapple.
I just think that people keep on saying, it's 2 weeks, 2 weeks. No, people, we are not. They canceled sports. They can't. I think I said this on the last podcast. They canceled school. They're prepared for this to go into the summer. So now you're going to be stuck with the person that you love. I mean, not stuck with, but
yeah, no, you're going to be like, oh my God, we finally get to spend some time together. Yeah. And then a week later, you're going to be like,
how did we ever get in this relationship to begin with?
Yeah. Oh God, I hate this bitch.
Yeah. I swear people are going to be.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a woman who's kind of like, like the typical case would be like, a lady who like spends some time at home or whatever, and her husband is a piece of shit, but he's like always gone.
Yeah.
And now he's back.
Yeah.
100% of the time. And she's got to deal with this fucking welder who's, usually gone 12 hours a day. And he's like, and he just runs around the house going, the flu kills more people. The flu kills more people. And she's like, well,
then go outside.
We're going to Cancun. Like, we can't, Rick. The flu kills more people.
I was
and you're like, oh my God, Rick.
That's the thing too, is like, there are people that are abused that are being put in jail with their abusers. Like spousal abuse, or even, it's scary. I feel bad.
I never thought of that. That's the darkest thought you've had on the
podcast. Very dark thought.
There's a lot of women who are beaten by men, but they worked before they drank, and now they just drink.
Yeah. So they're not even tired.
They're not tired. They got a lot of fist power.
They got a lot of fist power. But it's so fucking
usually they're laborers all day, so they come home and they're gonna beat the shit out of you, but then they're gonna be like, ugh, I'm tired. I'm like exhausted. And then, but now they can just beat all day.
Yeah.
They're drinking from 9 a.m. on.
Terrible.
Yeah, we should be breaking those things up. But you're right. There's going to be a lot of divorces. There's going to be a lot of people that are like, fuck you, and then just leave.
Yeah. Once this ends, everyone. I think
moving companies. That's going to be a big one. 6 months from now.
We should
this
absolutely. Is how you think of good businesses. You think 6 months ahead.
Think ahead.
Okay, you're right. A moving business.
Uber Move.
Uber Move.
Yeah, we could be Uber Move, and we just get your boyfriend's shit out of your house during a pandemic.
We'll call it to the left.
But he doesn't. That's the worst part too. Is usually somebody leaves. Sean would never get. I don't fucking care. Usually your boyfriend would leave, and that's when you'd throw his stuff
out the door,
right?
I've never ever.
Have you ever done that?
No, I don't think I ever. That seems so tacky.
You don't need the neighborhood to know, right?
No.
The whole neighborhood.
I don't think I've ever
burn it inside.
I've never had I'm gonna kill you, but revenge. I fucking hate you, you piece of shit. I don't think I've ever had a breakup like that. It's never been like a.
Have you ever had a boyfriend cheat on you?
I don't think so. Oh well, I mean, is emotional cheating?
No.
Okay, then no. But if it is, then fuck yeah.
Because every man is cheating emotionally.
No, but like an emotional relationship, like a full on like.
Oh, so they were in like an internet relationship or something.
I don't know, like they met in Edmonton, and then we moved to Toronto, and then.
But they weren't fucking.
I don't think they might have been. I have no idea.
Yeah, those are the best divorces where like. We just wasn't working anymore. Yeah. And we were just on different planets. And then like a week later, they're with the guy who they've clearly been with for 6 months. You're like, you guys are way too familiar for this to have sprung at a cocktail party 3 days ago. like he's picking shit out of your hair. He's wiping soup off your chin.
Oh yeah, this is why I knew that he was cheating on me, because literally it was like 2 months after we broke up, all of a sudden in a relationship with the girl you knew he was cheating with.
And she's 4 months pregnant.
Yeah. Well, I think he wanted kids, so it's a good day he got away from me. But
well, you would have had kids if you stayed with him, probably.
I don't think so. I don't know.
You run out of IUDs and excuses. You know, that's the thing that happens to girls.
No IUDs and no.
I'm all out of IUDs and I'm not sick.
I wonder if it's I'm excited that I only have dogs at home and not kids, because I don't have to teach them anything.
Yeah.
Although I think I'm going to teach my dogs tricks. Well,
I don't know what you can teach a dog. You know what I mean? They're born like that.
No, but like tricks, like bang, you're dead, and then they fall over.
You can do that?
My aunt's dog used to be able to do that. You go bang, and he'd go like on his back. It was so awesome.
And then he'd be like, "Where's the fucking treat, bitch?
I died for you. Where's my fucking treat?
Give me the treat, large animal." They don't care about us. It's a ruse. Eugene, like, if you died, Eugene would be like, "Oh my God, the food thing. The food lady's dead." I'm gonna need a brand new food lady.
They love me more than just the food lady. I'm also the lady that
you're a pizza box.
you're a pizza box.
That's all you are to them, is just a fucking skip the dishes. You know, skip the food bowl.
What about the skip the dishes? I haven't ordered skip the dishes since this thing started, but is it different? Like, do they just like leave it in a box outside and then run away? Because those poor people have to be in contact with more people than anybody, because they're grabbing stuff constantly and like going into houses, and I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a
That's the thing, is like
driver.
we don't even, maybe, you know, it's like, okay, maybe prepare more food at home. It's like, okay, but what if I have the coronavirus?
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe the person preparing the food at, you know, whatever, McDonald's, they don't have it and I have it. I don't know. You probably have it.
I probably have it. I mean,
you probably got it. You might have been the first person to ever get it, but you got it 8 years ago.
A lot of things, I'm sure. I'm sure I have it.
Kathleen got COVID-19 8 years ago, and it just wouldn't mutate. She kept it.
I do remember licking the counter at the back alley in Calgary. So
did you do that? What was on the counter?
No, I didn't. I was
going to say, as long as there was sugar on it.
There might have been sugar on it.
Because you got drunk last night.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That's how you're coping.
That's how I'm coping.
Social distancing isn't, you know, it's been fun, kind of nice.
It's nice now, but like wait till you're a month in and you have not really hung out with other people.
Right. Yeah, because it like for me, it's like I wake up and then I like watch some TV and then I do a couple chores and errands and stuff, get some stuff done. And then just go back to watching TV and like, well, what movie do you want to watch? So it's like fucking nonstop movie day.
It is.
It's kind of nice.
It is. It's nice now, but like, yeah.
And I'm not really like a people person, so I'm not like, oh my God, I miss this part of my social life. And stand up sucks. So what? It's like, oh no, I really like when I see comedians online, like, oh my God, I'm really missing doing stand up. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I haven't once been like, I could get up on a stage real like I'm dying to.
Yeah, I got so much to talk about. Yeah. It's all garbage.
You know what's also awesome about social distancing is watching how celebrities do it. They're like Teresa Drews, one of the New Jersey fucking housewives. I saw this video of her like filming in her enormous kitchen. Like her kitchen is bigger than our homes combined, and she's like, "How is everybody doing? Isn't this difficult? Like, oh, it's been so hard in a mansion." Yeah, that just like it's hilarious that they think that people want to see. But this is the whole French Revolution thing. This is the let them eat cake moment when all these stupid fucking celebrities and rich people.
You got to film it from an office or a fucking barnyard, right? If you're a celebrity and you're gonna sing, film it from a barn. Yeah. Don't do it in your home because don't remind poor people how rich you are. Because the reality is, it is way harder on them. Yeah. Why? Because social distancing for a celebrity isn't. Because
they're very social.
No, because like they have a fucking plane waiting to take them anywhere.
Oh yeah.
They have a helicopter waiting to take them anywhere. They have a fucking chauffeur. Like they're always traveling. They're always going places, and now they're grounded. Yeah. Like for us, we're mostly social distancing is a naturally occurring thing for most people who don't have any fucking money.
Yeah, that's true because you're always
like
at home.
when you're broke, you're social distancing. Yeah, I'm not internationally traveling, just like I always never travel internationally. But for them, it is tough because they're like, we should go to Peru this week.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, you probably shouldn't because of the coronavirus. Like, fuck, it is hard for them. Rich people have great lives.
I know, but now their lives suck just like ours. That's probably why they're freaking out so much. You're right, actually.
Yeah. Like,
and then the rest of us are like, this is normal. This is
I haven't been in a helicopter for 6 weeks. And for us, we're like, yeah, I've never been in a fucking helicopter.
Not once in my life.
I would have to be near dead on the side of the road in a car accident to be in a helicopter. Like, I need to win the Stars lottery.
Yeah, you'd only get in the Stars Air ambulance. That's your only chance of being in a helicopter is flying in the Star Air
Kobe
ambulance.
was in it feeling good and then died. I'd have to be almost dead to get in one and then hope I fucking lived. You know, that's the difference between me and Kobe. Is I'd have to be like, my legs, like get him in there. You know, what's funny is when I was a younger buck, when you worked shift work.
Yeah.
Get that corona in here.
Am I sweating?
When I was a young guy, we used to work shift work. So you'd work like 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then our entire crew. And everybody did this. You would go to a range road near the plant, and every plant did this too. Everybody would meet at this range road like 3 or 4 kilometers away from work, and everybody would have a bunch of booze, and you would just get drunk on a dirt road bullshitting for 3 hours after your last night shift.
Yeah.
And then everybody would drive home hammered from that point.
Oh my God.
So there was one time where like we all drove home hammered.
Yeah.
And then my phone started ringing. It was like work, and I'm like, I'm not going to fucking work. Like, no way. And then went to sleep, woke up, like missed 10 calls from work. And I'm like, I'm not going to fucking work. And then finally, like 2 days later, they called again. And I'm like, oh, so I answer. And apparently, like one of the people that I was drinking with at that Range Road party drove home and got into a car accident and had to be like airlifted to Stars Air ambulance or whatever.
Oh, my God.
So then we had to go to work. It was like, oh, fuck, we have to go to work. And then there was this shitty grief counselor. Like, grief counselor, like, what kind of person are you to get into grief counseling? You're not, who are you?
They just like talking about death.
Yeah, like, you'd have to currently be in grief for me to want to listen to what you have to say about grief. You're a human being who's not currently not grieving, and you're going to teach me about grief? Fuck off. Get out of here. You know?
Did he die?
No.
So why'd they bring in a grief counselor?
They brought in a grief counselor because they're like, well, he could die.
Oh my God.
So this is what you do.
You can't preemptively
so it was like a mandated
declare
thing.
someone dead.
Well, that's what he basically did. He's like, you know, like, he's like, he probably is gonna die.
Oh my God.
And we all have to accept that. And we're like, yeah, like fucking whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna cover his shifts.
I can't believe I have to come into work for this.
Yeah, and that's how the real world works. Like, there was a thought that the employees had, like, why don't we pick up and cover his shifts and then give his wife the money?
Oh yeah, and then
while he's recovering, and everybody agreed that was a very good idea. And then 3 hours later, we were like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I hate working here so much that I can't even give this to, like, you know, the widow of a friend.
Sorry, I don't want to work here.
I hate shoveling this shit so much.
Oh my God.
So there's another uplifting story.
Yeah, that was really
nice. Do we have any happy stories? Like, tell us a happy story. Coronavirus happy, fun Kathleen story.
Fun, happy coronavirus story.
Remember last time you told us about killing fish? That was kind of fun.
Do I have a good kid one? I don't know. I'm on the spot. I have to think.
It's hard to put people on the spot. I can't think of any good stories, you know? Well, so that's the thing too, is you run out of shit to talk about because you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So social distancing puts you in a box where you're like, I haven't experienced anything in 2 weeks. This is why
all comics say don't quit your day job until you have to, because then you start social distancing and then you have nothing to write about.
Well, and then the things that you do write
only relate to travel.
And it also only makes people who are hardened by stand-up laugh.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like about the Holocaust or fucking, you know, rape, or, you know, it's got to be something. It's got to be something horrific to make comedians laugh. So you're all of a sudden, instead of dealing with real people and making real people in an office environment laugh.
Yeah.
Because when I had a day job, if I said something that made a bunch of regular people at a lunchroom laugh, then I knew like, okay, this is easily transferable to the stage because I just made a bunch of human beings laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas now you're lost. Like you can make a group of comedians laugh at something and have no idea if that's appropriate for stand-up.
Yeah.
Because they're like, that is funny.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Because they're only going to laugh at things that are just absolutely horrid.
Yeah, I think most comedians mostly laugh when someone's like doing bombing.
Yeah.
Or they're just a really good comic. I only laugh at really good comics.
Bombing is the funniest.
Bombing's hilarious.
I mean, fuck. Nothing makes you laugh more than a friend
you
bombing.
Watch the panics get into their face.
Oh, it's the best
And then
feeling.
I'm always in the back of the room cackling, and they're going, "Thanks, Kathleen."
It's the same reason I only listen to bad podcasts, right? Like I'm only listening to shitty comedy podcasts because that's the only thing that's going to make me laugh. I already know Bill Burr's funny. What I want to laugh at is like a fledgling
What's
open
your favorite
micer.
shitty podcast?
I'm not going to talk. You don't want to get into names or whatever, but there's been some real doozies. There's some
Would
great
I know some
ones.
of them?
You'd know all of them. Every one of them. But yeah, like they're funny to listen to.
Yeah.
Just like bad stand-up is the funniest stand-up to me. I've never seen a comedy special on Netflix, but if an open mic comedian releases an album, I'm all over it.
All over it?
I would love... that's the fucking funny.
That's the best. When they release an album, I'm a year
And
in.
I don't even mean open mic. Like, I mean like terrible comedians
Yeah.
will release material, and I'm like, I am watching every second of that. I can't fucking wait to dig my teeth into these premises. You know, I just can't wait to fucking watch this guy hit a home run.
One time I got into the car of a comedian and his album was on.
That's classic.
I was like, "Is this your album?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Oh, sure it is. It's funny. The worst is if
my
they
God.
prod you like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because that's the thing. Sometimes a comedian will make you listen to their material, and as long as you're allowed
You just have to work it into a conversation like the rest of us.
Right.
You don't actually listen to your material. You have
Right.
to like put it in a put a joke
put it into a conversation.
actual conversation.
Yeah. And that's creepy and weird too.
Yeah,
'cause
some people hate
Because I'm
that.
going to watch you tonight, and you're
Yeah.
going to do 9
And
of
then you're
them,
gonna know
and it's
it.
going to be like, what the
He was working
fucking
on his-
what?
Yeah.
But yeah, the person that listens, like if I have to listen to your album and I'm allowed to just be on my phone or like stare out the windshield or whatever, that's okay. But if you're going to get into nudging me,
You want to be actively listening to this.
that's when I'm like, we're not doing this. And that has happened where like comedians will put their shit on and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever. And then I'm on my phone and they're fine.
Yeah.
But sometimes they'll be like, and you're like, are you going to nudge me to listen intently to this part of you speaking? Fuck that. Then I'll tell them like, there's no nudging. We're not nudging.
Do not touch me.
That's the last nudge.
Do not give me coronavirus.
Don't nudge me into being like, pay particular attention to what I said here. It's fucking the greatest. I don't want any nudging, you know? But yeah, I've had definitely like probably 5 or 6 experiences with comedians that put their material on in the car.
So weird.
I don't know who has that brain. I don't know what kind of brain that is, but I'm glad I don't have that
I'm glad
brain.
I don't have that part of brain.
That brain that's like, I think I'm going to listen to my own stuff with another person in the car. Hey, I think I'm going to sing in the shower, record it, and then make people listen to it instead of the radio today.
It took me 2 hours to listen to my album. I mean, 2 years.
Oh, it took me forever.
I just couldn't listen to it. I had that album done 4 years, and then it came out. Like,
It's way easier
to listen to it
It's way easier to stay humble when you're listening to your own material all the time.
because it's awful.
Yeah, because you're like, how come nobody knows me? And then you hear yourself do
Yeah.
it, and you're like, that's why nobody knows me.
Always how I feel. Like I'm like, oh, I should be more successful, but then I listen to myself, and I'm like, oh God, I know why.
That's why I am
This
where
is
I
why
am.
I'm where I
Yeah,
am.
my career is where it is because of this.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
irrefutable facts. I'm average.
I am average, and average doesn't get you nowhere.
Hi, my comedy's fully average.
That's my next
Not
album.
below,
Fully
not
average.
above.
Fully
Right on the fucking corona line.
right on the corona.
Right
line.
where Canada is in the corona stats. Right in the
other
center.
good thing about social distancing is we don't have to listen to a bunch of coronavirus jokes. We can choose not to look at
You're
them
right.
online
Like
because they're
every-
everywhere.
Like
but
the comedians that think that they fucking invented quarantinis or something, you know? Yeah, that's a tough one. Because, yeah, you're going to have 100 comedians that are like, I was the one that said quarantinis.
Yeah.
And then everybody was saying quarantinis.
my tweet was first.
I tweeted about that first.
Yeah.
I tweeted about the baby boom thing first. And now it's a meme. And I don't own it no more.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. Fucking 9 million people wrote that the second coronavirus happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of great coronavirus.
A lot of great comedians. Well, yeah, you're right. It really has saved us from listening to that material. Because there'd be tons of it, and it would all be a dick joke.
Yeah.
It would be like a coronavirus STD.
It'd be like your how much coronavirus is. It's like, what did you call out of vagina? A bucket of water?
I said a wet pussy's 9,000 sneezes.
Oh,
right?
yeah, 9,000.
And that's why you're afraid to fuck on the coronavirus.
Yeah, so that would have been your coronavirus joke.
That would have been, and people would have been like, ew. Yeah. Like they wouldn't have laughed at it.
I would have, and then I'd be in the back.
It's funny because he's bombing.
It's funny because no one likes it.
Right. That's the other thing, too, is you don't know if comedians are laughing because they really appreciate that material or if it's because it doesn't succeed and they love not succeeding.
Yeah.
A professional comedian bombing is way funnier than an open micer bombing.
Oh, yeah.
When an open micer bombs, it's like a natural. It's a natural reaction.
You're supposed to bomb when you're an open micer.
But when you see a professional comedian that's accustomed to a certain level of laughs, not getting that or struggling to get that, what a great feeling. It is just fucking.
Especially if it's a comic that you kind of don't like.
Yes. If it's a comedian that's like, well, especially when they can't even get laughs out of because everybody's got their jokes.
Yeah.
And then they've got the add-ons to what they say about that joke when it doesn't do particularly well. Yeah. And then that becomes a part of the joke. And then so they've got this joke cocoon where it's like, here's the actual joke. Cocoon. Yes. Yes. Let's make it racist for no reason.
I did it.
And you did. You made it about black dick again. But this.
Jesus, Sean.
What? I didn't say anything.
What?
I've said nothing. You're the one who's always racist. What the fuck were we even talking about?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. So your joke is like, you've got your little nugget that's the actual joke, which is generally a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you layer over top of that just some icing of like how you enter that joke in a way that helps that joke because you don't want any material to have to stand on its own because it'll generally fall under its own weight.
Okay.
Because it's a shitty joke. Everybody's got them. So you add like a little thing to the start of it and a little thing to the end of it. And it's like, oh, that joke didn't do well. So you get to do a choose your own adventure extra of that joke. Like, well, that joke didn't work. Blah, 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 blah. Like, well, half of you laughed and the other half were like, what the fuck? Those are the types of tricks that you'll see often employed by comedians. So when those tricks are being employed, so the material doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then the trick to get into it better doesn't work.
Oh, God.
And the trick at the end of it doesn't work. That is when it's really fun to watch stand-up.
That's the only way Sean can come.
Watching a pro bomb.
Watching a pro male comic bomb.
I'm a comedy cuckold. I'm just in the corner masturbating in a booth.
I remember last night when I was drunk online because I have some friends from Calgary. And then I started screaming, "You're Calgary cucks!" I don't even know why.
You're Calgary cucks.
I knew it was a joke, but
yeah, no, because the Calgary comedy scene rips it
hard.
Led by D-Mac.
Oh yeah, led by D-Mac.
He's a leader.
Okay.
Just nobody follows.
He's a self-appointed leader.
Yeah. Hey, if you're a leader and nobody follows you, are you still a leader?
They're way more responsible. Like they're actual adults in Calgary, I feel, because like they had this whole like post in their thing about stuff, like they're this post of, like, this is like our protocol for our Calgary comedy scene, like to make Calgary safer. This is what we're gonna do at our shows, and then it was like very detailed, and then Edmonton's just like, we're not doing it tonight.
Look, we weren't doing safe space when it was about rape.
Yeah.
And we're not doing it now.
It's about COVID. We are not about safe spaces in Edmonton.
This comedy show isn't a safe space. You might hear material that triggers you. You might get a virus.
There is a lot of safe space comedy in Calgary right now.
They're very safe in their spaces. They like to space it up. Hi there. We're working together next week, and I know you have material about your wife, and I'd like you to drop it. Because I was in a...
Has done that to you?
Not to me, but I know comedians that have, like...
They've asked, like, done. Openers have asked headliners to drop a joke?
Like, hi, I'm kind of triggered I'm triggered by relationship material, and I know you talk about your wife for 20 minutes to survive in Red Deer.
Infuriates me.
And that kind of triggers me.
I would have been like, well, then don't go on the road. I don't know what to tell you. Don't be a comedian. This is not the world for you. If you're a person that gets triggered, you should not be in the comedy world.
Well, you just have to be in control of your own triggers,
Everyone
right?
gets
Like
triggered once. I'm talking
don't
about someone
trigger,
that
like don't trigger
every-
yourself. The job is to don't trigger yourself. But if you're the kind of person who's like triggered by other people,
Yeah.
you're triggered by everything.
If I don't like the
If you can- if
headliner's
you're-
jokes when I'm opening for him, I just don't
You don't
watch it.
watch it. Yeah. You know how much time that, especially on the road, you know how much time that person has to do to get
Yeah.
paid. So you leave the stage and you're like, I know this person has to do 55 to 60 minutes to get paid.
Yeah.
So I can come back at the 50-minute mark to wrap it up.
Yeah, and I don't
I've
have to
missed
pay
50
attention.
fucking minutes.
Yeah. That is annoying as fuck. That's the same though as I've had headliners, especially at the comic strip, say I'm too dirty. I don't want her to open for me. They've tried to get me fired off of a weekend.
Yeah, I've had the same thing, but it's not dirty. It's too bad at comedy.
That's not
Sometimes they'll
true,
do.
Sean. It's mostly that
No.
those people can't follow you.
No, Jeff Garland wanted me off the show.
Oh,
Remember
God.
old fucking...
Yeah.
That was the guy that really was like, oh my God, Larry David is a genius. Like, because you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fucking Jeff Garland's hilarious. And this guy's hilarious. Like, you think that whole ensemble cast is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then you watch them individually without Larry David's
And it's-
premise in their lips.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, like Larry David is a fucking genius.
And he's making you all look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Garland, I'm not saying he wasn't funny, but he would just try to tell stories about going to Chicago Cubs games with other celebrities.
Didn't he like totally trash Edmonton every time he went up too? Just
Yeah,
like, put
he
this
hated
fucking
it, yeah.
down. I fucking hate this.
And I
town.
middled
hate
for him
that.
on Wednesday, and I kind of bombed, and then he bombed.
Yeah.
And then he kind of blamed me for the bomb. So he was like, well, what am I supposed to do when your feature is a fucking blah, blah, blah. So then
Did they fire you?
No, they were like, well, we told him he's got to give you one more night.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. So he's like, okay. So they were like, just kind of
Kill.
play,
Get out there
do
and
whatever.
kill Sean.
So then the rest of the weekend unfolded, and then I think on Saturday he actually apologized to me and was like, yeah, sorry about that. Like, I tried to get you fired, and I shouldn't have done that. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So he apologized, but it was weird. He had the weirdest walkout strategy I'd ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, when people are walking out on your show, you try your best to pretend it's not happening. That's the only way to deal with a walkout, is to pretend nobody's walking out.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you bring any attention to it, now it's clear it's a walkout.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you can pretend that they're going for a cigarette, like that entire table of 12 is going for a cigarette. Oh, it looks like that old lady and those two kids and all the people in between ages are going for a quick butt.
Yeah.
You can pretend that's happening, right? But he would address it. Like, there'd be a
people
table of
walk
4 that would be leaving, and he'd be like, where are you guys going? They're like, we're leaving.
We don't think you're funny.
And he's like, why? And I'm in the back like, what the
Oh,
fuck
that's
is
so
he doing?
cringy.
And they'd be like, we're just not having a very good time. And he's like,
Oh.
how come?
What?
And I'm like, why do you keep
Digging in
following
there.
up? And they'd be like, we just don't think it's that funny. And he'd be like, okay, that's fine. And then he would look at the audience and go, look, I'm not for everybody, okay? Comedians are not, not everybody's going to think you're funny. Like, gives this sermon on, like how...
Justification of why people are walking.
But then going through that whole process of addressing it with those people and
Yeah.
them saying we're not having a good time and them saying like this isn't that funny. All of a sudden, like as soon as he went back into the joke, another table would be rustling. They'd be like getting
Yeah.
their jackets on and getting ready to leave, and you're like, oh no. And then they would leave and he'd be like, where are you guys going? And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing? Like,
Oh my
he
God.
he would address
Everyone leaving.
everybody that was leaving. And I
Yeah.
think, and some of them, about half the crowd would leave.
I also don't like when people get up to go to the bathroom and they always just, I'm like, just let this person go pee. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to talk about, I bet you she's shitting up there.
She's always shitting.
That's so annoying. I think that's.
I bet she's taking a shit. Like,
Oh, she can hear me up there.
all homosexuals report to the girls' bathroom. Hi, I'm 1991. Where are you going with your phone?
Oh my God,
Bet
that's
your
amazing.
dealer's calling. Boom.
Fucking-
Ba-boom.
Just let these people get up.
If they're going to the toilet, if it's a girl going to the toilet,
Yeah.
she's shitting.
Yeah.
Right? If it's a man or a woman leaving but not to the bathroom, they're going to get drugs.
Yeah, or fuck each other. If it's
Or
two
fuck
people.
if two people are leaving.
Yeah.
And if a man is going to the bathroom, all homosexuals report to the men's bathroom.
See, and I'm not saying I've never done this. I have been that idiot before.
fine.
I just
Have
don't
you been
like
the homosexual,
doing it.
or-
I've never. Well, no, I guess I have been. I guess I was a homosexual.
So you've
once
have
in a
you
hot
left the
tub.
comedy? You made somebody underwater pussy?
Well,
That's wrong. You see, they can't breathe down there, Kathleen.
You've clearly never fucked in a hot tub.
You clearly don't know how to find a long snorkel hose.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, that's gross.
That'd
That'd be kind of cool though, right?
What?
A giant snorkel and then on the front a dildo. You know?
Haven't you
So
seen
you're
those?
down there and you can still breathe because of the long snorkel and then you're putting your face in and out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's a lot of salt water to take in. It really is. You couldn't pull the dildo all the way out and then put it all the way in again. That's too much water trapped in there.
That's not healthy. Have you seen those strap-ons for the face?
No.
Like
they have them?
It's like a dildo, a face dildo. I bet you if I Google face dildo and you put it on your face, so
No.
you can use your chin.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Face dildo. I bet you that'll be something. Face dildo. I am so upset. I can't get my nails done. I gotta take them off on my own at home. They're getting too long.
Oh.
Images. There you go.
Oh my God. It looks like a dick beard.
I'm gonna put this picture on our Instagram.
That's disgusting.
Show the camera.
That's fucking gross. Oh. Ugh.
But I don't. That one's weird because his mouth is. That one's clearly.
That one's creepy
That's
as
clearly
fuck.
for men because there's the ones. So
Is there one girls wear? No, that's.
Oh, look at them.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! It's like a dick's over your mouth.
Like just under it, so you can still use it.
So you're like, what are you doing with that?
You thrust with your chin and you lick with your tongue.
Yeah, like I want to fuck with my
That's gonna
neck.
be awful.
Oh, your neck would be so sore.
Can you just not use your fingers? Like, could you fingers instead of a chin dildo every
'Cause you
time?
can't even just go like this. Like I would want the dick on my forehead so that I can just headbang the puss.
Just put on.
I would have the dick right here.
Some death metal and just.
On and on south of heaven, and then just fucking headbang it.
That gives a new meaning to headbanging.
To have it on my mouth, I have to go like this. Wee, like I'm on a fucking.
It would be kind of scary too, just back and forth.
This. Hey, hi there. Like you've got to get your back and neck involved.
Yeah.
And your lower body. It's a workout fuck.
It's a workout.
It is a workout fuck.
Oh my God.
And then you put some little weights on the dick. No, but that's got to be. No, the dick has to be right here.
Yeah, headbanger.
And you just wear it like a headband.
Then you have a sore neck the next day.
Is there one like that? Headbanger dick.
Headbanger dick. Okay, let's look that one.
Don't look that up. But like, what is that called? What is that product called?
I don't know. Details about strap-on face dildo.
What about strap-on headband?
Strap-on headband.
That's gotta be there. If you're putting a dick just below your mouth, you've gotta be already past the point of knowing that it's better for
Images.
They don't have one?
What that's weird.
What the fuck is that?
It's for women to sleep so that it makes their faces not as dead.
Girls snore, it's weirder.
No, I don't
No,
think
there's
that
nothing.
Exists. You know what? Business.
Boom! Uber moves.
We're going to call it the headbanger.
Yeah, the headbanger.
Oh my God. Trademark. Don't you fucking.
Oh, yeah.
We have
Think
so
about
much.
how many guys are wearing strap-ons that are like, I wish I could
It'd be
do
like
this
you
a
were
different
like
way.
a unicorn with a dick on your head.
Yeah, and she's laying there and you're like, and you're just, just taking you back to your youth. And also, it's not putting your nose right into, you know what I mean? Like, because if you're...
It's going more into the asshole.
Your nose is right there. Like when you're fully fucked,
yeah,
you're right here all the way in. Your nose is right on ass every time. And you can't do anything about it. And then you got to go out and in again.
Wait, your nose isn't... Are you doing it upside down?
Yeah, like doggy style. Any kind of doggy style face strap on.
Yeah.
Is your nose...
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get what
Your
you're
nose
talking
is right
about.
in an ass ball.
I was never thinking about doing it
And then
doggy
if it's
style. missionary,
you're like right into the fucking little garden, right into that rancid garden.
Your rancid garden. I love all the skin pocket, whatever, skin zipper, rancid garden. Oh, what's another great vagina name?
I think Rancid Garden is kind of fun.
It's pretty good.
Your nose is right on those carrots. You know what I mean?
And Rancid Garden sounds like a metal band.
It sounds like a metal band. Rancid Garden. Rancid Garden. And then and then it says Dead Baby Bear on the dick.
You know what we should do for merch? We should get hats with everything you've called a vagina on it. No.
Oh, yeah.
Rancid Garden.
Yeah, that's just for the labia area.
Skin pocket. What did you call that?
Skin zipper.
Skin zipper.
Your little skin zipper.
Who would buy that merch? Tell us, please.
What else did we call it? I can't remember.
We should go back. We should do like a compilation episode. Like, there's so much time. We should all go and find like our favorites. I don't know
favorite
how you
clips.
would do that, but
none of it would be from this episode.
There was one really good laugh in this one. I can't remember where it was. This is in the middle somewhere.
This podcast sucked, but there was one good moment. Somewhere in the middle. I forget what it was.
We only got a $2 ticket this time.
That's okay, though. Maybe we'll actually win.
You know why we only got a $2? Because Kathleen bought it. If Sean
Sean likes to splurge.
Sean's the big spender. Every time he walks into his Max, they start playing, "Hey, big spender."
Hey, micro penis. Spender.
Micro penis.
Hey, micro penis spender.
Spend
some of that. Oh, you know what'd be good too is a headbanger dick. Then it's tiny as a micro penis. You know what I mean? So you've got a hammer time. Just a fucking little tiny 2-inch hard dick on your forehead that you could just fold over when you weren't fucking with it.
Didn't win.
We didn't win anything?
What the fuck? This is bad.
Why don't they just call it a losing ticket?
Yeah, just tell us it's going to be losing when we purchase it. Please.
Oh, well. How long were you talking? How long were you blathering on for? What time did we start this?
Did we start at an hour?
Oh, that's too long.
Too fucking long.
You got to cut it off.
I enjoy doing these COVID.
The COVID-19 updates.
Podcasts.
Yeah, we're up to 244,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's COVID.
Oh, that's COVID.
Let's pretend we have COVID numbers.
Yeah, I wish we had COVID numbers.
COVID needs to advertise.
COVID's podcast is killing it right now. They're getting bigger than Joe Rogan is what they're getting.
COVID-19 needs to use Facebook ads.
They need Facebook ads.
To promote their virus.
We're going to start promoting this shit.
They're doing good. They're having a good month.
COVID?
The COVID people, the COVID marketing people have really taken it to another level in March.
Everyone is getting it.
Well, we had a good time.
We did have a good time.
Thanks for being on this podcast,
Thanks for
Kathleen.
being on this podcast.
I had to pick her up this time.
Yeah, you
Didn't even have her own fucking car.
Yeah, because Adam's working and I don't want to have to get up and go pick him up later.
Good idea. Good point.
Down.
And you live close to here. It really is not even an inconvenience.
It's not an inconvenience.
It's fun to talk about.
He was creepily sitting outside my apartment, though. I was walking. I took my dogs out to go pee.
My phone was dead. It's hard not to look like a stalker because my phone was dead. Yeah. So I was like, I'll text her when my phone comes back to life. Yeah. But then you walked by. Yeah. And I was like, you were like, why hasn't he texted? Yeah, he's been there jerking off since 4. Yeah, barbecue. You know, I just need somebody to fire up a barbecue and I can jerk off. That's the weird kink that I have.
That and watching the trifecta of bombing.
Yeah, the trifecta of bombing. I love it. It's good.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, well, we'll see you in 3 months or whatever.
Yeah, or whenever we can get together again.
We'll do it again soon.
At some point, yeah.
Okay, great job, Kathleen. Great job, Jim Kerr.
Thank you, Jim Kerr. We don't thank Jim Kerr enough.
Nope, we don't.
Thanks, Jim Kerr.
He's more important than Kathleen.
He is, actually. This wouldn't be happening.
It's actually funny if I couldn't make it for a week, you'd be like, all right, cool. Who gives a shit?
No, I would not.
Yeah, you would say that out loud. You'd be like, oh, I've said I wouldn't do it without you.
I would not do it. I don't like this podcast without you.
It wouldn't be fun. We should do one separate, and then it could be our COVID podcast.
Like we do it in different houses?
Yeah, I do my own. I do my own for half an hour. You do your own for half an hour.
And the people judge which is better?
We play both tracks simultaneously. So we're both, because that's as close to entertainment as we're going to get, is if we're both speaking simultaneously about different topics. There's got to be a laugh in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. One place. One good one in the middle.
But when we split it, like when you talk and then I talk and then you talk and then I talk, there's, it's garbage. So we need to go into that market where we're both speaking simultaneously on our own podcast and then blending it together like Radiohead and the Beatles.
What is that called when they like put two songs together?
Mash up. We should do a podcast mash up. Yeah. Yes. So many fucking ideas.
What are ideas? Podcast
Headband
mashup.
fuck.
Headbanger. What was the other one?
Uber
we had
moves.
Another. What?
There's Uber moves.
Headbanger
and
mashup podcast. Or podcast mashup.
Yeah.
Fuck people.
This is good.
When you have enough time to let your brain just sit at home and become mush, you come up with great
Yeah,
ideas later on.
Sometimes the stew's burnt, and that's exactly what happened here. We let the stew because sometimes the stew.
We let the stew burn.
Yeah, we let the stew burn, but even a burnt stew smells good till you get your spoon in it. You know.
What do you mean? Then as soon as the spoon goes in, it starts smelling
Then
bad?
you're like, it's burnt.
How much burnt stew have you had?
Oh, every month my mom would make a burnt stew.
Oh my God.
That's what English cooking is.
Burnt stews.
Yeah. It ain't no good if you don't burn it. The bottom quarter of it should be charcoal.
You know why they're like that? Because of the bubonic plague. Because they had to burn everything off.
Yeah.
So that's where that
where
tradition
that came from.
of British cooking
Wow.
comes from.
Save it for the next podcast, Kathleen.
Yeah, it's
We're
happening.
mashing it up.
We'll mash it.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.